Hello friends, welcome back. This is Amit from Magnet, and today we are going to create this nice environment design inside Unreal Engine 5.5.1. So first take a look what we are going to create today. So before we start, if you are new to this channel, I recommend you to check my videos, and if you find those videos useful, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on. And here I like to shout out for all those people who has already joined me as a member. So if you really want to support me, you can also join me as a member. So let's get started. So first I'm going to open my Unreal Engine from here, and I go to this section called this film, video and live events. Just click. And I am using this preset called this virtual production. Just click. And here I name my project as tutorial and then hit create. And after launch, first I go to the file, go to the new level and select the empty level preset here and hit on this create. So this is our new level, and now we're going to quickly set up our lighting. So for this we go to the window and go to this environment light mixer and then hit on this create skylight, create directional light, create sky atmosphere, create volumetric cloud and create height fog. Then we go down here and click on this volumetric fog. And then we close this window here. And after that, we're going to create our landscape. So we go to the selection mode and select landscape. And here we don't need to change anything. Just click on this create. Then we go back to our selection mode. Okay. And now we're going to download the assets that we need to build our scene. So for this, we go to the window and we go to the fab. And we're going to use this asset pack, which is called this dark ruins. So it is from Megascan. So just click. And in order to download this asset pack, we click on this view in Vault and we redirect to our Vault library here. So in the search bar, we type for dark, and here is the asset pack called the dark ruins Megascan sample. Just click on this create project. And here from you can choose the directory where you want to save this project file, and then just click on this create. And after download, you will find this file called this dark ruin Megascan sample. Just double click to open. And here is the project file. But we don't need to open this project file. We go to the content, just double click to open this folder here. And we select all of these files and folders from here. And then just right click and copy. And then we're going to paste all of this asset to our actual project directory. And in order to navigate our actual project directory very easily, we're going to open Epic Game Launcher. So this is our actual project. So right click on it. And then click on this show in folder. And then we go to this content folder here. And here we're going to paste all of the assets. So just right click and paste. And once it copied, we close this window. And you can find all these files and folders over here, this content browser. But in order to work it properly, we're going to restart our engine. So we close it from here. And also we save our level. Just click on this save selected. And we're also going to name our level as tutorial and click save. And once it restart, we're going to reopen our level. So we go to this content browser, go to this content folder here, then we go down here, and here is our level called this tutorial. Just double click to open this level. And now we're going to put a texture on this landscape. So let's see what texture we have here. So we go to this content browser here, and then we go to the MS folder called this Megascan folder. Just double click to open. Then we're going to enable a filter over here called the static mesh filter. And if you not have the static mesh filter over here, just go to this three line option here. And here you will find this filter. Just enable it from here. Then we go down here. So maybe we're going to use this texture. So let's see. So as you can see that we're going to use this rock texture over this landscape here. So in order to find this texture into our content browser, we go to select this static mesh here. Then we go to its details panel. Then we go down, and here you will find this texture. So just click on this magnifying switch here. So here it is the material. So we're going to use this material over this landscape. So we select this material from here, and also we select our landscape. Then we go to its details panel, and we go down. And here is the slot for this landscape material. Just click on this arrow switch here. So in that way, we're going to apply this material over this landscape here. And now we're going to put some sculpting over our landscape. So we go to the selection mode button here and go to this landscape. And make sure that you select the sculpt option here and select the sculpting tool. And now we're going to put a lake over here. So for this, we're going to decrease our brush size little bit down. So we come over here, that is the brush size, and we decrease the size like this. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to put a lake over here. So we have to sculpt inward here. So we press and hold the shift key on the keyboard and then just click. So we can go downwards here. Okay, like that. And then we're going to select this flatten tool here, and we're going to flatten from this elevation. So we just flatten it like this. Okay, so as you can see that our landscape looks something like that. And in order to know the actual size, we're going to bring a mannequin over here. So we go back to our selection mode, and we have to bring a third-person feature pack over our project. So for this, we go to this add button here and click on this add feature or content pack. And from here, we're going to select this third-person feature pack and just click on this add to project. And then we close this window, and then we go up. And here you will find this characters folder. Just click. Then we go to this mannequins folder. Just double click to open. Then go to this mesh folder. And from here, we can bring a mannequin over our landscape. So let's see. So maybe bring this one. So as you can see that this is the actual size. So maybe we're going to increase the scale of this lake little bit more. So again, we go to the selection mode. Then we go to this landscape. Select this flatten tool. And we're going to increase the scale of this lake. And then we're going to smooth the edges here. So we select the smooth tool here, and we're going to start smoothing the edges here. So maybe we increase the brush size a little bit more, and we're going to smooth the edges here. And now we're going to put the water over here. So we go back to our selection mode. Then we go to this box option here and make a plane shape here. So we go to these shapes and select this plane here. And then we're going to increase the plane size here. So we select this plane and we go to its details panel here. Then we go to this scale, and also make sure that we enable this uniform scale switch here. Then we're going to increase the scale. So maybe increase it to 100 here. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to bring it down and also reposition it over here. And maybe we're going to increase the scale of this plane a little bit more. So we're going to increase it from here. Maybe we put 200 here. And now we're going to put a water material on this plane. So for the water material, we go to this content folder again. Then we go to this materials folder here. And we go to this custom. And here we get this water materials. So we're going to use this one, that is the material instance for puddle. So just drag it over this plane here. So this is how our water look like. So if we go down here, you can see that this is a very nice water material here. And we can also change the properties of this water material. So we're going to open this water material from here. Just double click to open. So first you go to this object scale. So from here you can change this ripple size here. So if you increase or decrease it, you can see that if we increase this value, our ripple scale will be very less and very tiled here. So if you want to make this kind of water ripple, you can use this, or we can also make it as a default. Or if you decrease the value here, so in that way you can increase the size of this ripples here. Okay. And then we also go down here, and here from you can also change the color. So we go to the base parameter and we activate this option called this base color here. You can also change this color from here. Maybe we make it as a bluish color here and hit OK. Then also we go to this roughness and specular. You can also increase or decrease the specularity of this water surface. So if you increase this value, you can see that more specular water surface here. And also if we go to the roughness, we can also decrease this value. So make it very clear here. So like this. So there is no roughness on this water surface here like this. And also if you enable this opacity option here, you can also make your water a little bit opaque here like this. So in that way you will get this water base color here, but we don't want that kind of opacity. So we decrease this value here like this. Okay. And then we also go down here, that is the single layer water parameters. We go to this anisotropy option and we make it as 1. And also we go to the absorption color. We can go to the absorption intensity. We can also change this value. So you can get more clear water here. So if you want that kind of clear water, you can also decrease this value. And also we can change this water absorption color from here. So if you want to make your water little bit bluish here, you can change this water absorption color to red here. So in that way, the water will absorb the red color but emit the blue color here. Okay. And then hit OK here. And also we can change the slider here. So this all depends on you, that how you want your water will be. Okay. And as you can see that our water look little bit more bluish here. So maybe we can also darken this color here. So we go to absorption intensity and we increase the value here like this. Okay, so I think this look nice here for now. So you can also adjust your value according to your need. Then we go down here and everything look nice here. Or maybe we can make our water a little bit clearer here. So we decrease the value here. Okay, so this look nice for now. So this is our settings here. So you can use these settings or you can also change your settings according to your need. So let's save this value here. And now we're going to create the cave. So for the cave, we're going to use the same asset that comes with this pack. So we go up here to the content browser and select our content folder here. And then we select the static mesh filter from here. And then we go down here and we have this kind of assets. So maybe we're going to use this one. So just put it over here. And we're going to increase the scale of this. So press R to get the scale gizmo here. And we scale it up like this. And we're going to duplicate the same assets over here and there. So let's duplicate. So we press and hold the Alt key and just drag any axis to duplicate this asset here. And then we place it over here. Okay, so now you can see that this is how it looks here. So maybe we can change our sunlight position here so we can see it properly. Okay, and also we're going to drag our mannequin over here. And now we're going to make this cave wall little bit higher here. So again, we're going to duplicate this same asset just like this. And also we're going to disable all these snappings here. Okay, so we can rotate it or move it freely. Okay, so as you can see that we create this kind of cave wall over there, and now we're going to make a doorway over here. So we're going to use the same asset to make this passage over here. So we duplicate this asset, and also we're going to extend it over here a little bit more. So we again duplicate this one, and then we're going to close this area here. So we use the same asset again. So we just duplicate it here, and then we just close this area. Okay, and also we're going to close the roof here. So again we use the same asset, and this time we're going to rotate it like this. Okay, so this is our basic structure. So as you can see that this look very cool here. Okay, and now we're going to fill all this area by this water. So for this, we go to the landscape mode again. So we go to the selection mode, and then we go to the landscape. Then select the sculpting mode here. Then we go over here, and also we're going to hide the water plane here. So we go to the outliner section and select our water plane and just hide it from here. And then we select this flatten tool here, and we come over here and flat this area. Okay, and then also select the smoothen tool here and smooth this edge area here. Okay, just like that. And then we go back to our selection mode again, and also enable our water plane. Okay, so in that way you can see that our water is all over this area here. And now in this moment we're going to create our cine camera actor. So for this we go to this box option here, and then we go to the cinematics and create a cine camera actor. And then we go to the outliner section and select our cine camera actor and right click, and then click on the snap object to view. And then also we're going to create a sequence for our scene. So we go to the sequencer tab here, then click on this add level sequence. And then we're going to name it as a tutorial sequence. Then we click on the save button here. So this is our sequence. And then we're going to bring our cine camera actor over here. So we go to the outliner section here, then we go up, and this is our cine camera actor. We're going to drag it over here. And now we're going to do some settings for our camera. So we select this camera component from here. Then we go to its details panel here. And first we go to this film back option, and we change it from 16:9 digital film to 16:9 DSLR. So in that way, we will get this kind of nice wide angle shot here. Then also we go down. Under this lens, we expand this option here, and we go to this exposure settings here and activate this metering mode option here, and also change it from automatic to manual. Then we go to this exposure compensation, enable this option, and we increase this value to up to 10 here. So this all depends on you that how much exposure you want. So for the time being, we set it as 10. And also we come over here and go to this current aperture value. We're going to decrease the value so we can also brighten up our scene little bit more. Then also we go to this current focal length option here, and we decrease the value to maybe 15 here. So in that way we will get this kind of nice wide angle lens here. And now you can see that our water look very black here. So we're going to change the material little bit. So we select this water plane here. Then we go to its details panel from here. And then we go up here. And we open this water material from here. Just double click to open. Then we go down here. And we go to this water absorption intensity value here. And we're going to decrease the value. So in that way, our water look little bit transparent here. So if you look closely here. So as you can see that if we increase the value, we will get very dense water, or if we decrease the value, we can get less opaque water here. Okay. So this is how you can adjust this water material. Okay. And also we're going to save these settings and we close this window here. And now we're going to do some changes to our environment here. And before we do that, you can see that our fog density is too much. So we go to the outliner section here, and in the search bar, we type for fog. Select this exponential height fog here. Then we come to its details panel and we decrease the value. Okay, just like that. And also we increase the fog height fall off here. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to increase the height of this wall a little bit more. So we're going to use the same asset. So we just select this one, or we can use another asset. So let's see, we come to this content browser here, and then let's see what we have here. So maybe we use this one. So we just bring it over here and we increase its scale like this. Okay, so now you can see that our walls are very big here. So I think this look nice for now. And now we're going to design these shore areas here. So for the shore area, we're going to use some gravels. So we go to the search bar here and try for ground gravel. So you can see that we have so many ground assets here. So maybe we're going to use this one. So we just bring it over here. So as you can see that this is a pile of rocks here. So we're going to use this asset to fill up all this area here. So first we're going to increase its scale little bit more like this. And also we increase the Z axis here. Okay. So you can see the difference here like this. And then we're going to use it over here and there. So we're going to make it little bit rotate here. And we place it over here like this. Okay. And we're also going to change this coordinate from world to local here. So just click it over here to make it local coordinate here. And then we're going to duplicate it over here like this. Okay, so as you can see that eventually it look really amazing. And now we're going to design this shore area a little bit more. So we're going to use the same asset and place them here and there. So we just duplicate it over here. And this time we're going to decrease the scale. Okay, just like this. And we place it over here. And then we rotate this into this side. Also we increase the scale. Rotate it like this. And also we're going to increase the scale into this side. So we can stretch it little bit like this. Okay, so now you can see that this looks something like this. And also we're going to duplicate it little bit more. Okay, so this is how you can use the same asset to build this area, or you can also use other assets. So maybe we can use other ground assets here. So maybe we're going to use this ground asset over here, and we increase the scale like this, and we place it here like this. Okay, and one thing also we can do that, if you look closely, that when the water touches this asset here, it probably wet, but you can see that it's not wet here. So we can also do some changes to its material to make the gradual wetness. So we can select this asset here, and then we going to open its material. So we select this asset, and then we come to the details panel, and then we're going to open the material. So just double click to open, and we have this option called the shore wetness. So we just enable this option here, enable wetness, and then just activate this by clicking over here. And then we're going to save these settings. So you just save it from here. Okay, so now we're going to design this whole area by using this technique. So again, we duplicate this asset. Okay, so as you can see that we designed the shore areas here, and it really looks nice. And also we can do one thing, that we can select this water plane here, and maybe we can bring it up little bit. So it's all depends on you, that how much deep you want. So if you want the less water, you can just dip it down here like this, to make this scene look something like this. Okay, so it's all depends on you. And also one thing we can do, that we can select this water plane, and you can see that the water transparency is too much. So we're going to make a little bit of opaque. So we're going to select the material. So we select this water plane, and then we open the material from here. Then we go down and go to the water absorption intensity. Under the single layer water parameters, we're going to increase the value. So we're going to make this value to maybe 1.5 here. Okay. And now you can see that this look nice for now. So we're going to save these settings again, and also close this window. And now we're going to design this inside area here. So maybe we're going to make this inside area little bit less watery. So we're going to use the same asset to make this land area here. So we duplicate this over here, and also we're going to change our light position so we can see it properly here. So we press Ctrl and L, and then we make our sun little bit here. And also we go to the sequencer here, and we're going to decrease the current aperture to make our scene little bit brighter here. Okay. And also we're going to increase the exposure a little bit. So we select our camera component from here. Then we go to its details panel and go to the search bar and type for exposure. So here is the exposure settings, and we're going to increase the exposure compensation to maybe 12 here. So this is only for the editing purpose because we have to see the inside here. So we're going to use the same asset to make this ground area. Okay, so as you can see that we make this inside area a little bit higher here, and also we can hide the seams here. And also we can use the same technique to make a slope over here. So we duplicate this asset again, dip it down, and make a slope here. Okay, so as you can see that we make this inside area a little bit higher here, and as you can see that this look really amazing. And now we're going to use some other asset to make the side areas here. So again we do the same technique. So maybe we can use this asset and we duplicate it over here. Okay, so as you can see that we are almost here, and then maybe we can change our sun position here like this, and we can also decrease the exposure. So we select our camera component, then we go to the search bar and type for exposure, and we decrease the value to maybe 10. And also we come over here to the current aperture and we decrease the value here like this. Okay. And also we can do one thing, that we can increase the ISO of the camera. So we go to this camera component again, and in the search bar we type for ISO, and this is the lens camera ISO. So we activate this option and we increase the value. Okay. And then maybe we come over here and we select this asset and we place it little bit this side here, so we can make a wide area here. And now we're going to make a tower over here. So for this we're going to download a asset from Epic Game Marketplace. So we go to the window and click on this open marketplace, then we go to the samples, then we go down here and we click on this value of ancient, and we're going to download this asset. So just click on this download, and here is some agreements. We have to accept this and then click on this accept. And when you save this in your library, we're going to close this window. Then we go to the library option from Epic Game Launcher, and in the search bar we type for ancient, and here you will find this asset called this value of ancient. Just click on this create project, and then choose the path where you want to download this asset and just click on this create. And after download, you will find this folder called this value of ancient. So the double click to open, and we don't need to open this project file. Just go to this content folder here, just open, and we're going to copy this ancient content folder. Then we paste it into our actual project directory. And in order to navigate to our actual project directory very easily, we're going to open Epic Game Launcher. Then we go to the library, and this is our actual project. So we right click on it. Then we click on this show in folder. So this is our actual project directory. Then we go to this content folder, just double click to open. And here we're going to paste the folder. So right click and paste. And once it copy, we minimize this. And then we go to this content browser here and also uncheck the static mesh filter. And here we find this folder called this ancient content. So here it is. Then we go to this geometry folder here and we go to this folder called this pillar collection. Just double click to open. And then we also enable the static mesh filter here. So here is all this pillar asset here. So we're going to use this asset to make the tower over here. So we come over here. So we're going to make a tower over here. So first we're going to create a basement for the tower. So for the basement, let's see what we have here. So maybe we're going to use this one. Just bring it over here. And then we're going to increase the scale of this asset. So we press R and increase the scale like this. And we bring it down here. Okay, just like that. Or maybe we can place it here. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate this asset again. So just press and hold the Alt key and just duplicate it over here. And now I'm going to duplicate this asset one more time to place it over here. And this time I'm going to decrease the scale little bit down. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to use other pillar asset to make the tower. So I'm going to use this one. So just bring it over here. And I'm going to increase its scale. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate it one more time to make it a little bit bigger. And one thing you have noticed that there is a gap. So we're going to fill the gap. So just use this same asset to fill the gap here. Okay. And then again, we duplicate it one more time and place it here. So this is all depends on you that how tall you want your tower will be. So I think this look nice. And then for this last tower, I'm going to duplicate it one more time and make it little bit thinner here. Okay, just like that. And now I'm going to use another asset to make the basement little bit chaotic. So I uncheck the static mesh filter here and then back from this folder. And here we get this folder called this Spire Rock Collection. So double click to open. And here you can get this kind of nice asset here. So I'm going to use them. So maybe use this one. And we place it over here. And then we're going to rotate this like this. Okay. Maybe we're going to decrease the scale of this. And then use the same asset to place it over here. So I duplicate it. And then we rotate it like this. And then again duplicate this asset. Place it here. Increase its scale. So this is how we can design this pillar here. So maybe we can make some room over here. And also do the same thing to this side also. So we change the coordinate method here. And then we duplicate it like this. Okay, so as you can see that our tower looks something like this. And now we're going to use another asset. So maybe use this one. You can see this is our tower look like. Okay, so maybe we can also increase its scale little bit more. So we delete this one and duplicate this pillar asset. Okay, maybe we can increase the scale of this. So increase its scale like this, make it little bit more thicker here, and do the same thing for this one. Maybe we can reposition this rock asset. And also we can put some other assets over here and there. So maybe we go back from this folder and again we go to this pillar collections here and check the static mesh filter. And then maybe we're going to use another assets from here. So maybe use this one. So this is for your additional design. So you can use any asset from here as you like. So just place it here and there to make a nice platform here. Okay, so this is how you can design this tower here. And now if we come over here to the doorway here, you can see one thing that our tower is not facing towards us. So in order to make it fix, we're going to select a pillar asset from here. And then we go to the outliner section and clear the search palette here. And here is the pillar asset that we used here. Then we're going to select all of this pillar asset from here. So you select this last one and then we go up and press and hold the shift key and just select these all pillar assets from here. And then we're going to rotate this. So we press E and then we rotate it like this. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to arrange all of these other assets according to this tower here. So we're going to select this one. You can see our tower looks something like this. And maybe if we change our light position here, you can see it properly. Then we go to the sequencer tab and go to this camera component. And if we increase our camera aperture here, you can see this looks something like this. Okay, so this is how we can design our tower here. And also we select those assets and maybe we can place it little bit this side here so we can get more room over here. And also you can design this ground area by using those ground gravels according to your need. Okay, and now we're going to put some dead tree over here and there. And I'm using this tree which is free. So just click on this add to project. So here is the asset. We're going to bring it to our viewport here. So as you can see that this comes with these three trees here and we cannot use the single tree. So in order to use the single tree, we're going to make those trees disappear here. So how we can do that? We go to select this asset here. Then we go to the selection mode and go to this modeling. Then we're going to create a Boolean cut. So for this, we're going to need another asset. So for this, we go to this box option here, go to the shape and create a cube here. And then we're going to place our cube over here and we're going to increase its scale. So we press R and we increase the scale. Then we go to this model tab here and we click on this Boolean. Then we go to this Boolean operation and we change this from difference A to B to B to A. So in that way, we can cut the trees which is hidden by the cube here. And you can see that we have only this single tree here. So when we satisfied the cutting, just click on this accept. Then we back to our selection mode here. And now we're going to place this asset over here and there. So we're going to place it here. And one thing you can also notice that we can also set the anchor point over here, so we can place this object very easily. So in order to do that, we're going to right click over here and then we go to this pivot and click on this set pivot offset here. Then again we right click and go to the pivot again and click on this set as pivot offset. So in that way, this pivot is stick over here. And now if we duplicate this, you can see that the pivot is stick over here. So in that way, we can place this asset very easily. So we're going to increase its scale. And now we can download some other asset to design this tower here. So again, we go to the window and go to the fab. So I'm going to download this one. Click on this add to project. So this is the asset and then I'm going to place it over here and there. And also we can use this asset here to make a path here. Okay. So we're going to duplicate this asset and also we're going to change the world coordinate to local coordinate here. And then we're going to duplicate it here. So in my actual video, I put a boat model over here. So we're going to also do the same thing here. So for this, we go to uncheck the static mesh filter here. Then we go to this content folder and then we select the static mesh filter again. And now we're going to search for the boat asset. So we go to this search content and type for boat. So here is the wooden boat here. So we're going to place it over here. Okay. And also we have other net assets. So we go to the search bar and clear this boat and type for net. So here are some fishing net here. So we want to also use them. So we just bring it over here. And also we go to the sequencer tab here and go to this camera and we're going to decrease the manual focus distance and we decrease the value here. So in that way, we can see this closer part clearly. Okay. And also we go to this outliner section and we search for our directional light and we're going to decrease the intensity a little bit down. So maybe we make it 5. So in that way, our scene not look like overexposed here. So this model look nice, but we're missing some of the support here. So we're going to download some wooden stick to make the support here. And we're going to use this one. Click on this add to project. Then we're going to use this beam over here. Rotate this. And we're going to decrease its scale like this. So it can be thin. Okay, so this is how you can design this net over here. And also we're going to use some other gravel assets over here. So for this, we're going to select our content folder here. And then we're going to search for some asset. And here we can get some of these rock assets here. So you can use them over here and there like this. Okay, so this is our design here. And then again, we go to the sequencer and we're going to increase the focus distance. Okay, just like that. And now finally, we're going to put some vegetations over here and there. So for the vegetation, I'm going to download some vegetations from the fab. So we go to the window and then we go to the fab and I'm going to download some fern model here. So I'm going to download this one. Then I'm click on this add to project. And after download, we're going to put all of this plant by using the foliage system. So for this, we go to the selection mode, go to the foliage, and here we're going to drag the plants that we want to use. So first we go to this plant folder here, and then we're going to use the fern first. So you're going to select all of these fern assets and just drag it over here. And then we going to put the fern over here and there. But before we do that, we're going to go to the outliner section and search for this water plane. So just type plane and we're going to hide the water plane here. And then we go to the brush size and decrease the brush size to maybe 50 here. And also we go to the paint density. We're going to increase it all the way 1. Then we're going to select all of these plants from here. Then we go down. And here you will find this option called this align to normal. We're going to uncheck this. And also we're going to increase the density to maybe 200 here. And then we're going to start painting. So maybe we start from here. Okay. And then also we're going to use other plants. So maybe you use those plants here. And when we're satisfied with this foliage painting, we go back to our selection mode and also we enable our water plane here. So as you can see that our foliage looks something like this. And also we can do one thing that we select our foliage system here and maybe we can drag it little bit down here. So if we press G, you can see that our foliage looks something like this. And sometimes maybe you can see that this is too much foliage here. So we can also delete some unwanted foliage. So we go to the foliage system again. And then in this time, we're going to press and hold the shift key and just delete some of these unwanted foliages here. Okay. And sometimes you cannot delete the foliages because of this water plane. So we're going to hide the water plane here and then we start deleting here. Okay, just like that. And then again, we enable our water plane. So you can see this is looks something like this here. Okay, then we go back to our selection mode. Okay, and now we can use some of the dead tree assets over here and there to make these things look very nice. So I have downloaded some asset from the fab. So if we go to this 3D folder here, and here is all the asset that I have downloaded. And now I'm going to put them here and there. So first we start from this. And now finally, I'm going to put some fog cards over here and there. So some of the fog material is also comes from this asset pack here. So if we uncheck the static mesh filter and then we're going to select our content folder from here. And then we go to the search bar and type for fog cards. So there are so many fog cards available here. So we're going to use them. So first we're going to create a plane model here. So we go to the box option and then we go to the shape and create a plane here. And then we're going to increase its scale first. Then we're going to put a fog material on it. So maybe we're going to select any fog material from here. So maybe use this one. So here it is. And also we're going to open this fog material And then we're going to decrease the opacity a little bit down. So for this, we go to the option called this global scalar parameter values, expand this. Then you go to this opacity option and enable this opacity option and decrease the value. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to increase its scale a little bit more, and then we place it here. Maybe we can rotate this to this side, place it here, and also you go to this fade distance option and increase the value. Okay, just like that. And also again we duplicate it one more time, and then we also decrease the fade distance value here. So this is how we can put the fog cuts over here and there, and then we save these values. Okay, and maybe we can select our directional light from here. So this is our directional light, and we're going to decrease the intensity a little bit down. So maybe we can put 2 here to the intensity. Okay, and also we're going to increase the sun size. So again we select our directional light, and then we go to the source angle and we increase the value here. So we can get little bit of soft shadow here. So if we change our light direction, and also we're going to select our directional light, and in the search bar we type for cloud shadow, and we're going to enable the cloud shadow here. Then we're going to select our volumetric cloud here. So in the search bar we type for volumetric cloud. So here it is. And then we're going to increase the layer height. So maybe we put 40 here. So in that way we can get little bit of cloud shadow over our scene. And then again we're going to select our directional light, and in this time we're going to increase the intensity a little bit more. So maybe we can put 4 here. So in that way we get this kind of nice overcast lighting here. So this is how you can manage the lighting. So again we go to the sequencer, and then we go to this camera component here, and maybe we can increase the aperture a little bit. And also again we select the camera component, and then we come to its details panel and type for exposure, and here we're going to increase the exposure a little bit. So we put 11 here. Okay, and maybe we can change our directional light position here. So if you want this overcast lighting, you can do that. Okay, now finally I'm going to make some caustic reflections over this rock here. So this also look nice. So if we have water, we probably have some caustic reflection to this walls here. So how you can do that? You can easily do it by those assets. So if we go to this content browser, and then we go to this materials folder, and then we go to this custom, and here we get this kind of light functions materials here. So in order to use them, we're going to put a light over our scene. So we go to this box option here, go to the light, and we're going to use some spotlight here. So here is the spotlight. So we press G to see the spotlight here, and then we rotate our spotlight over here. And we're going to increase the attenuation radius here, and also increase the intensity. And then also we go to this cone angle. We're going to increase the cone angle here, and increase the source radius little bit more. Okay, and then we go down here, and here you will find this light function material slot. So we're going to put this light function material over here. So in that way we will get this kind of nice caustic reflection over this walls here. Okay, so again we can duplicate this light to place it other places here, like this. So we can get this kind of nice caustic reflections over the walls here. So now I'm going to show you some of the camera settings, and then finally we're going to create a nice animation with this scene here. So we go to this sequencer tab, and then we select this camera component from here, and then we go to its details panel, and then we go down. First we go to the bloom settings here and we change this method from standard to convolution here, and then also we go to the intensity and we decrease the value here. Then we go down, go to this chromatic aberration here, expand this, and also we go to this intensity and we increase the value to 0.5, and also go to this start offset and we increase the value to 0.4 here. So in that way you will get this kind of nice chromatic aberration to the edges here. Then also we go down, go to the lens flare option, enable this, also decrease the intensity a little bit down, so maybe 0.2 here. So in that way we'll get this lens flare here, but the intensity is too high, so we're going to decrease the value to 0.01. So you'll get very less lens flare here. Then again we go down, go to this image effect and we increase the vignette effect here. Then we go down to the film grain and we enable this film grain intensity and we increase the value to 0.5 here. So in that way we'll get a little bit of grain to our scene here. So this is how you can change some camera settings, and also we can change our light position here. Okay, just like that. And also in order to get a better lumen settings, we can select our camera component here. Then we go to the search bar and type for lumen. And then we go to this global illumination. Then we go to this lumen global illumination. And we go to this ray lighting method, enable this option, go to the drop down, and we select this option called this heat lighting for reflections. So in that way, we'll get better result for lumen. And also we go down to the reflection here, go to this high quality translucent reflections, enable this option and also enable it from here. Okay. So this is the camera settings that we have to do here. And now finally, I'm going to make a small animation by using this scene here. So maybe we're going to delete our mannequin here. And then we place our camera over here. Then we go to this camera transform, make a keyframe here, and also we go to this keyframe and right click and make it as a linear keyframe here. Then we go to the very last frame here and we make our camera push little bit forward here. And then also make another keyframe here. And now if we play, you can get this kind of nice camera animation here. And if you want to know more about camera animation, I have a dedicated tutorial on camera. So you have to check the tutorial so you can understand how you can animate your camera. So this is how we can make this kind of scene here. And also we can decrease the camera focal length to make our foreground in focus here. Okay. So this is how you can make this kind of scene here. And you can also get the project file in my video description. So I think you can download the project file and also get access all the assets there. And now I'm going to show you that how you can render it in a high quality. So for rendering it a high quality, we go to the window, then we go to the cinematics and click on this movie render queue. And then we go to this render, and here we have to specify our actual sequence. So we go down. So this is our actual sequence, which is called this tutorial sequence. Then we go to the settings and click on this unsafe config. First, we're going to delete our JPEG sequence here. Then we go to the settings and go to this anti-aliasing, and we increase the temporal sample count to 16 here, and also click on this override anti-aliasing. Then again go to the settings, go to the camera, and from the shutter timing we change it to frame close here, and also check this overscan percentage override. Then again go to the settings tab, go to this console variables, and you go to this console variable plus switch here, and here we're going to put a console variable called r.screen percentage. So we type r.screen percentage and we put the value 100 here, and then again we go to the settings, we go to the games override, and we don't need to change anything here. Then again we go to the settings, go to the high resolution, and we enable this override subsurface scattering here. And then again we go to the settings and we select our rendering format, which is EXR sequence. Then finally go to the output, and here from you can select the output directory, and then you can specify your actual render resolution here. So in default it's set to HD, but you can also change it to 4K or anything else. Then if you want to make your custom frame rate, you can check this box and then put your desired frame rate from here. So maybe we can select this 23.976, and then we accept these values here, and then we just click on this render local and your file will be ready. So this is for today, and I hope you really enjoy this video. And if you enjoy this video, I recommend you to check my other videos, and if you find those videos useful, please do subscribe this channel and turn the notification on, and make sure that you download this project file for free from my video description. So this is for today, and I am Amit, and we will see in my next video. So till then, take care and bye bye.